guys, to another race!
And we are back at it here with another episode of the McLaren Formula One Team My F1 Series, whatever you guys call it, episode number 7. And if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. And we've got a big race weekend. The Monaco Grand Prix is fast approaching and upon us. And before that, we're going to get some suspension completed. And in 3 days' time, we also went ahead and put some rear wing completion down. We've got some needs for the cars when it comes to needing a few more parts. We also went ahead and replaced the engine, ERS, and gearbox for practice sessions here at the Monaco Grand Prix for both of our drivers. So again, they are technically super poor, but again, we are only looking to get the practice in, get the track simulation down and all that good stuff, and then we'll put in the good car parts for the actual qualifying and race in hopes that we can go ahead and push forward. When it comes to car part development, we've gone ahead and started an upgrade on our chassis. The top speed will be going down, but it is going to boost up our cornering, which I do think we need desperately. We'll be boosting that up, hopefully +2 and +1 for the medium speed cornering. We're already 10th in low speed corners, but we do need to bump that up in the medium and high speed. So we've got that going. Car 2 is actually going to get a very nice boost, and that is Lando Norris's car to top speed, acceleration, and low speed, medium speed, and high speed corners. So really hoping that that does help out in 14 days time, a few races from now. Manufacturing, again, suspension, rear wing, and underfloor, we're low on those parts and we'll be ready to go. Our drivers, Piastri, Norris, and Palou will eventually be out. We do have some scouting in the works right now. I do forget who we're actually scouting at this point in time, but they are working on it right here, right now. Should be done here shortly. Facilities, we are still looking pretty good. The wind tunnel, we are still 61 days out on the upgrade on that. And the scouting department is only 11 days out on its upgrade. I think after that we'll work on the team hub, and or in operations facilities we'll work on the weather center to get things going in the right direction there. So we'll work on that here shortly as well. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the weekend. I think what I want to do, suspension is complete, which is great. So good stuff there. Suspension is manufactured. We'll continue on. Manufacturing will be complete. And we've got race prep here. It's tough for me to really say that we'll get a good qualifying position, but we will say we'll try to reach Q2. I think Lando will be able to push for that. I don't want to get anything else going for that race preparation, but I'm going to go ahead, hop into the practice. We've got the car all set and ready to go. I'm going to hop into practice and we will see you guys in qualifying in just a second. And here we are after practice. The boys are actually buzzing here. Oscar Piastri 100% on everything, which is amazing. His driver preparation is 100%, so we hope for a good race weekend from him. Lando Norris, on the other hand, track simulation 97%, car parts knowledge 100. Couldn't really get the car fully set up, satisfied for him. Got him to 86, so he's got 92% driver preparation for this weekend. So I'm pretty happy with that for both drivers, and we'll have to wait and see how things shake up here in qualifying as we're about to get them ready to go on the Monaco Grand Prix track. Really excited about it, but the even bigger news, it's going to rain during the race weekend. So there's a chance that we could move up. There's a chance that we could move down. It's all about qualifying well. Here, we might run into some traffic on this, so let's hope Piastri can navigate well enough through here to get around the traffic as Lando is on his flyer. He's absolutely flying as Piastri in the tunnel is going to buzz around. It looked like Sonoda or De Vries. Let's see what Piastri can do here through the hairpins. The swimming pool, got to make sure we do good. Norris is buzzing in the tunnel as well as Piastri. He's obviously setting purple sectors as he's the first one out on track really to push. And Norris, does he set a purple sector, or is Piastri... Yeah, Piastri has purple sector, or green sector 1, I should say. As he crosses the finish line, Piastri sets a decent time. So we'll go ahead. Let's hop on with Norris. Let's see if he can beat Piastri, or if Piastri is technically going to be the better time here. Lando is better than Piastri, so that's what I expected. Piastri and Norris on their second out lap. They were able to get their first flying lap done. We've got 2 minutes left to go. Piastri and Norris on their second flying lap. Are they going to be able to get it done? Let's hop on board here with Piastri. He's got yellow sectors. It's not looking very good for him as he comes down to the final turns on the lap. He's got to really push here if Piastri wants to do anything better than 19th. Let's hope he can do a little bit better. I would love if he could get around where Sargent is. 17th or 16th would be decent, as Norris is right behind Piastri as well. Piastri is going to come to the line and finish. Where does he finish? Not too sure where. Norris does a little bit better. He gets in 11th. Piastri is P19, a disastrous qualifying from Piastri, as we're going to now need to hope and pray Norris can hold on and make it into Q2. Into Q2, Piastri is dead last. That's just not what we like to see. The time to beat Charles Leclerc, a 109.499, absolutely flying. Lando making it in pretty comfortably, I think, and if anything, we're going to be able to try and push with Lando in Q2 to do a little bit better in Q2. Traffic, which is even better. Let's see where he buzzes in here. 12th? Lando doesn't improve his time, so he's on his second out lap. Let's slow things up here. Let's actually take manual control. And let's get him close to that final turn, and then we're going to cut him loose. Yeah, right here is where we're going all out. Push, deploy, and Lando is going to have to get it buzzing here. Second flying lap. Magnussen is in front of us, which is unfortunate. He might slow us up. Let's hope not. Lando, he's pushing it. Let's see what Lando can do. He's currently 15th. Can he do anything better? 40 seconds left in qualifying, and he does one position better. The pace, 109 again. I'm surprised we couldn't do any better. Our first qualifying was actually better with Lando. Maybe it was traffic. We just couldn't get things really buzzing. If we would have done our time in Q1, we actually would have been at top of Q2. So unfortunate there, but Carlos Sainz is actually going to take pole from Charles Leclerc in second, Alonso third, Verstappen in fourth, Perez in fifth, Hamilton, Stroll, Ocon up there in eighth, Magnussen and Hulkenberg in 9, 10, and then from there it is the rest of the pack. Those tires, I think that'll be pretty decent. Yeah, I like that. Okay, we'll double intermediates, wet stint for Piastri to start off this race. I'll be intrigued to see how these tires actually do. As the lights are on, the rain is falling here at the Monaco circuit, at the Monaco Grand Prix, and the lights are out. The race is underway, and Lando, we are hopping on board with Lando right here. Going into turn number 1, make sure that there's not too much carnage, I should say, as Lando is actually up a place on Yuki Tsunoda. I'm curious of what other tires people are on. Piastri in the full wets might be struggling. Maybe we should have put him on intermediates. That's just going to be unfortunate for him. But we'll go up to Norris here and see how he's doing. When it comes to the hairpin turn, Yuki Tsunoda does get back out in front of Norris, but Norris is going to be able to cut him off here as we get into the part of the racetrack in which we can kind of let it open a little bit here. Let's make sure we utilize the ERS. Make sure that we are harvesting. Norris overtakes, and we need to make sure Piastri utilizes as he's falling off the back. I guess the wet tires were kind of a mistake, unfortunately for him. Damn, that's tough. He's just not going to be able to stay with the back of the pack. He's already 4 seconds back. That's not great. As Lando is right on the back of Albon, trying to keep up with him. There's not going to be any DRS in this race if we keep things going the way they are. And we're going to need to bring Piastri in on the next lap. Pit options. We need to pit him on the next lap. Unfortunate. I thought the gamble would pay off, but it is what it is. The track is only damp. It's not fully wet. If it was wet, it would have been nice for Piastri, but unfortunately for him, he's just going to have to kind of ride it out, although we do have a yellow flag. I'm curious where the yellow is. It is in Sector 1. Yellows are ahead. Crash, turn 5, Logan Sargent. What happened to Logie Bear? Did he just run into the wall? Or did he overcook it? Oh, Logan Sargent overcooked it and hit into the wall. That actually might be okay for Piastri, as Logan Sargent has actually continued on, but I think he's without a front wing, maybe? Not too sure, but we're not too worried about him right now. We are fully focused here on Lando Norris, as we're going to go down on that. We'll keep the neutral for the ERS right now. We'll bump it back to aggressive and kind of just hope and pray that we can get some mistakes from drivers in front of us, as the Alpines and Haas's are actually doing quite well. I just don't want Lando to overcook the tires too much, and then Piastri he's 11 seconds behind Sargent. That's quite unfortunate. We just didn't give him the best strategy, and it is what it is for Piastri. We'll hop on here and take a look at the pit stop, and let's hope the guys can have a sub 2.5. I'm thinking a 2.48 would be kind. Hopefully 2.8. Interesting. I don't know if in the rain makes it a little bit harder to make those pit stops. But once we get these tires a little bit cool on Lando Norris, we'll bump him back up. Let's deploy ERS in the tunnel here. Track is dry. Track is dry. Hold on. What are guys pitting to? I don't know what guys are pitting on. Do we go soft? I have no idea. Hold on. Let's take a quick little peek here. Soft. We need to go soft immediately for Lando. We got a fresh set of softs as well. This lap, confirm pit. And Piastri, we will confirm pit as well. We need to get him back in the race. Let's hop back on with Norris. And we're into the pits with Norris. ×2, we need a decent pit stop here. Not a lot of guys going to the soft tires, but we are on 2.5, not terrible of a pit stop, as Lando is out of the pits now. We are passed by Nick DeVries and Piastri going... He's not even close to the pits yet. And Lando is going to need to push. Carlos Sainz with a pit stop issue. Lando, a lot of the drivers are in the pits right now. Let's see what Lando can do here. Can he catch up? Piastri 2.6, not a great pit stop from the boys. As a bunch of drivers in the pits now. Albon, Russell, those are the guys that we are trying to catch up to. And Norris is around a few. Bottas with a pit stop issue. And Piastri is now catching Logan Sargent. Very nice. Balance on the fuel with Piastri. We'll go back to balance with the fuel with Lando. And we are doing okay. Both drivers in a position right now where they are pretty darn close to getting to the back of their driver. Safety car deployed. Safety car deployed. Crash on track. I'm intrigued. Logan Sargent crashes in turn 1. Piastri putting him under pressure, and Logan Sargent crashes into the wall, almost takes out his teammate, and Lando, but Logan Sargent is pretty much, I would say, done in this race. And now we've got to make the decision in this race. What are we going to do? Where are our cars right now? Our cars are pretty far out. We've got basically a free pit stop here. I need to see what drivers are going on when it comes to their tires. Let's take a look at Verstappen right now. Verstappen is currently... Are those hard tires? I believe those are hard tires. Let's see, because we're still pretty far out that we can make a pit stop. Holy smokes, he's right in the middle. Did Verstappen crash? Max Verstappen, did he crash? He did. Max Verstappen's pulling over. He ran right into Logan Sargent. We literally watched that happen in front of our eyes. And the drivers, they're all going to hard tires. That's exactly what we're going to do as well. This lap, we are pitting. See, we're going to have to double stack, unfortunately, with our drivers on the hard tires. That's insane. We literally watched that crash happen right in front of our eyes as Verstappen runs into the car on track. I cannot believe what I just saw. That was actually insane. I'm surprised there's not a red flag at this point, as Lando is coming around too. We're going to need a fast pit stop here because we're double stacking. It's going to be close. We need a fast pit stop here from the boys. Can we do it quick? Lando's going to have to stop a little bit. Magnussen pit stop issue. Norris, it's a slow stop. There's an issue. Lando, slow pit stop. That's unfortunate. But what do we got? What's going on? Pit stop issue. Yeah, we already saw it. We already saw it. Magnussen out of the pits. Albon out of the pits. De Vries still out on track. So Lando's actually doing pretty decent. Piastri's not going to get last place, guys. We've got that going for us. But, wow. What a crazy turn of events. How the tables have turned with Verstappen completely botching his race. Like, he completely botched his race. Running into Sargent on track. If that was the case, I'm surprised then they didn't red flag, because Sargent was clearly in the middle of the road. Absolutely insane. We're going to group up the pack once again here. Lando needs to catch up. Green light racing. And we'll see what Lando can do. We are on board with Lando after the safety car restart. Let's see what we can do. Our tires are at decent temperature. DRS is not going to be activated here at this point. But De Vries, okay, Norris is completely fine in 13th. De Vries will eventually have to pit. His race is kind of over. So Piastri in a decent spot right now on those hard tires is 7 seconds out. Norris, once again, we find ourselves behind Albon, who is falling very, very, very far behind when it comes to the time itself. We need to just find a way. If Norris just full sends it down the inside there on Albon, but again, we have no say over it. We can only tell him to push or not push, and in this case, Lando can only push so much. In this case, I mean, if anything, we could potentially see another safety car in this race. I would not be shocked if we somehow got that, as Lando really needs to find a way to get around Albon. Albon's been pretty slow in this race, and I feel like if we could just get around him, we could maybe fight with that pack of Magnussen, Gasly, and Russell. That would be amazing, because Ocon and Hulkenberg further up the road in 7th and 8th position. They're really putting a hurt on our current Constructors' Championship standings if we want to do well later in this season. I know we're still pretty early in the races, but Lando he's not able to fully catch up with him. So we'll keep pushing with Lando on the fuel, because we've got tons of fuel. We can definitely push with him. It's just a matter of, can we keep up on these hard tires or can we not? We've got DRS now activated. We need to deploy the ERS to catch back up to Albon. if we want to be in striking distance eventually later in this race. So we'll go back to neutral. We're within a second. We should be able to utilize DRS now to stay in touching distance of Albon. But Albon now 2.5, even more. It's dropping now to 3 seconds back of Magnussen. We need to get around Albon. I just don't think it's going to happen here with Lando trying to get it done on the front straight. We don't want to overcook these tires. Yes, I agree. Let's go back to standard. Our race would be. I don't think it would be worth doing that, as Piastri 14 seconds behind. Maybe we bring Piastri in for a pair of soft tires. I mean, why not? Might as well get him into the pits. See if our pit stop team can do a decent job, because he is currently in last place. Maybe see if we can get a fastest lap. I highly doubt it. From Piastri. I don't even know what the fastest lap technically is. It's a 114? 113? I'm wondering if Piastri could maybe push it to the limit on a lap. I'm gonna wait until he gets pretty close to the start. Yeah, we'll deploy it on the main straight and see what Piastri can do. Maybe snag a point on those soft tires late in this race. I doubt he can, but who knows? Piastri is not going to be able to do it. So we'll go back to aggressive on those tires. We're still pushing on the fuel. 10 laps to go. What was our last lap? Piastri put a 113. Wait, how did he not get the fastest lap? Oh, it was 113.866. That's nowhere even close to the fastest lap. So unfortunate for Piastri, who's pretty much already cooked these tires. I'm actually curious if he can even pass him. Let's see where he's at. I mean, he's in a decent spot, Piastri here. Trying not to get dead last. It would be amazing if he could find a way to get something done. We'll go deploy on Norris and deploy on Piastri. Here, as we go down the main stretch. Lando, can he get the move done? There was a little bit of space there, but not enough, as Piastri looking to send it down the inside on Bottas. Can't get it done, but we're still pushing on the deploy. It's Piastri up the hill, trying to get a move done on Bottas, but cannot do it. Unfortunate. And there's Lando trying to fight Albon. Stay on the inside. Get him here. Lando actually does get the move done on Albon. Finally, it took him long enough to get around him. We're going to go all-out attack in order to stay in front of him. Utilize the ERS. Norris overtakes Albon. Piastri now. Let's go back down to Piastri. Coming out of the tunnel. He's got a little bit more work to do here on Bottas. We'll go to full-out attack. Lando is now, God, if we just got around Albon, we would have done so much better with Lando. It took us the whole stinking race to get around him, because we're now just buzzing away from him. Piastri a little too late, as Lando does move up a couple spots from his qualifying. He is going to pass the finish line. Oh no, he's got one lap left. I forgot he's got one lap left. So Piastri actually is going to have a chance here on the final lap of this Grand Prix to get around Bottas. It's just a matter of, can he actually make it happen? We are right on his tail, pushing the tires to their limit. Bottas is on the hards. We are on the softs. Leclerc takes his home race at the Monaco Grand Prix for the victory. Lando currently, God, he's only 3 seconds now behind Magnussen. If we just got around Albon earlier in the race, kudos to Albon for running a good race. It was kind of a poor performance from us. Piastri's going to run out of his battery pack here on the back part of the track, as Lando is going to stroll in here. He's only now 2.5 seconds behind Magnussen. Oh man, the race that could have been for Lando and Norris if we could have just gotten around Albon. Thankfully, we do better than the Williams, the Alpine, or the AlphaTauri, and the Wow, drawing a blank because they've changed their name. Kick Sauber. Norris finishes in 12th. Not a great race. Piastri is going to finish in 18th. Technically last place, but not last place if you consider the wreck. Overall, it's a very conflicting race finish for me and how we did today. Obviously, I wish we could have done a little bit better. We're still trying to get used to the game and trying to find metas and ways to do a little bit better as tracks develop, as things develop. But Leclerc overtakes his teammate Carlos Sainz for the race win. Alonso finishing in third. He started there. George Russell up 4 positions to finish 8th to get some points from Pierre Gasly. The Alpines in the points. Haas does get 1 point with Hulkenberg. Lando did finish 3 spots better than where he actually qualified, so kudos to him. Piastri, again, technically up 2 spots as well as everybody else down there, but again, it is because Logan Sargent and Max Verstappen DNF'd. And Max Verstappen, a very, very disappointing DNF. If you guys missed that in the race, go ahead and check that out. It was baffling. Looking at the driver's standings, Perez still at the top. Sainz now into second. Leclerc up to third. Max Verstappen now down 2 positions to 4th with that DNF. So it's an absolute battle for the Drivers' Championship at the top, with, I'd say, realistically, the top 5 still have a decent chance. Alonso starting to drop a little bit when it comes to overall points. Lando still in 11th. Piastri still in 17th. And actually, Nick DeVries up 2 positions to 18th. Again, no points, technically speaking. But they are doing better than the Alfa Romeos. I was about to say Kick Sauber, but that's not their team until this upcoming season, or currently in real life. Looking at the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull currently still in first place, getting 12 points on the day with Sergio Perez, still in first, but only narrowly above Ferrari, who got 44 points on the day, going 1-2 in the race. Very impressive from them. Aston Martin currently in third, Mercedes in fourth, Alpine in fifth. We move now down to 7th. Haas move in front of us with that 1 point, so it's 5-4. Alpines are starting to pull away from us, unfortunately, so I think it is going to be a battle now with 6th position between us and Haas. So it's going to be a battle for sure. Taking a look at the pit stops, we did not have the fastest one, but we did get enough points, I think, to stay at the top of the table. We got 18 points on the day. We are still currently in first place in the DHL fastest pit stop competition. Again, I have no idea how much money that would pay out for a prize, or if anything at all. So I'm not too concerned. But overall race weekend for our drivers, Piastri, we pushed in practice, so it is 9th. Qualifying 20th, finished 18th. Practice for Lando was 14th, qualified 15th, and then the race itself, we finished in 12th, just outside of the points here in Monaco. So overall, I think the weekend was okay. We did get some money from the weekend, $3.6 million into the bank, and overall, I'd say the weekend was kind of a dud. We moved down in the Constructors' Championship. We got some more rear wing manufactured here. Our technical chief goes up 1 rating to 78. Good for him. Our drivers stay the same, and we are now only 4 days away from the Spanish Grand Prix for our next race weekend. A lot of speed on this track. We're going to need a lot of stuff to go our way in this next race if we want to score some points. We need to qualify well, we need to race well, we need a good strategy moving forward. So if you guys need to leave some comments down below to help us out, be sure to do so. And if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. I have so much fun making these videos for you guys. And we're still currently on track for our season goal, finishing 7th or above. We need to do better in these next couple races to ensure that we can at least get 7th and push for even more. That's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys have a good one, and we will see you in the next video.